My name's Sukh. I'm an online weight loss coach. I currently work a 9 to 5 as well in sales. I was drinking from the age of 13, then started heavy drinking from 15 till about 24. I'm now 5 years sober. My first memory with alcohol was actually my 13th birthday. It's a bit embarrassing to say now, actually, that I was 13. But yeah, I was drinking with my older cousins. There was a few of us. It was my birthday. They took me bowling. Nothing harmless about it. Yeah, that was the scene. I had one drink. I think it was vodka. I can't even remember. But yeah, that was my first time.
Do you remember what it felt like?
The very first time, I didn't actually feel anything, and I don't know if my cousins like poured me like very like little in there, but like I definitely did taste it, and like I think I was just kind of waiting for something to happen, but like I went home and I was fine. First time I was drunk, we was going to my friend's house. This was like probably year 8, year 9 maybe. There was just a few friends. He had a free yard. We just had a couple of drinks. Well, by a couple, obviously I was like new to drinking, and like I was absolutely wrecked after probably like 3 or 4. Walking home, like stumbling side to side, and I was scared, like, because my dad was going to see me drunk. But like, yeah, that was my first memory. It wasn't a very good memory of being wasted. That day I went home vomiting, actually, and it was crazy because like obviously my dad knew, but like my mum was denying it for me. My brother was denying it for me. Like everyone was backing me, but like my dad just knew because he could smell it. So as soon as I woke up, 13 hours later, like past noon, I'm an early bird. I've always been an early bird. So when I was waking up past noon, I was like confused. I felt like I'd just done 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua, to be fair. Battered, just felt sick, felt like regret, just felt guilty. Things weren't on a good note with my dad. So like, yeah, just an overall negative feeling, man. My next session was probably when I was about 15, so couple years down the line.
Okay, so you didn't kind of have to like straight away go back to
Nah, I didn't go. Well, I mean, like everything was so negative about that experience. I was like, yo, let me skip this. And then I can't even remember when the next social one, but it was definitely like when I was a bit older.
So when you went to the next one, did that first like experience not put you off at all? Or?
Nah, like funnily enough, it didn't actually, man. Like there might have been a bit of doubt, but I think that was just me being scared from my parents and just kind of like doing it behind their back. Yeah. But like I'm always with like good friends or like family members that I trust, so like there wasn't any bad memories of it. Like everyone was trying to have a good time, so the vibes were always good, kind of thing.
So at that point it was just social drinking.
Social, yeah,
when
social.
Did you kind of feel like it came into a dependency or more frequent?
I went on holiday, and actually I hope my mum don't see this, man, because we went to Mali when we were 17. There was a friend with us that was 18, so everything was good. But like I went on holiday, and I remember like I was the only one day drinking out of my friends. Even like when we came back, I was coming to my cousin's house, and like I was the only one like just saying, yo, let's drink. And then I think that's where it kind of started, man. And really and truly, that was after like my first heartbreak. It might sound like a weak excuse, but like at the time I was really affected, and I just found something that kind of took the edge off it.
Okay. And so this is when you're around 17, 18?
17, yeah.
And how frequent was it around that point?
I'd say when I was 17, I was probably drinking like 3 times a week, like having a session, like definitely hungover 3 times a week. Heavy drinking, yeah. And at the age of 17, like it doesn't take much for a 17-year-old to get drunk, but I was definitely like hungover 3 times.
And at that point when you was doing that, were you still working and still getting on with your life?
Yeah. Like I was in sixth form at the time. I had a part-time job in retail, so like life was still going on, and I think it was like manageable. When I was heavy drinking, like I'm talking like 9, 10 a.m. I'm messaging my boys saying, yo, who's down? And like the anticipation from that, if someone confirms like, yo, I'm free tonight, like it might sound crazy, but like my day was just better. Like I knew that yo, we're gonna get lit tonight, we're gonna be drunk, we're gonna be drinking, we're gonna be chilling, we're gonna be socializing, doing whatever. But like the reverse to that, if someone wasn't free, I'd be like panicking, thinking, yo, like, damn, maybe no one wants to see me. Is it something that I'm doing wrong? Like what's wrong, kind of thing. But like, there was a lot of excitement when someone would say, yeah, like we're going to drink. The main superpower that I had, and I probably wouldn't admit it at the time, is confidence. Like I felt like I've always been a confident kid. I feel like my confidence has always kind of been there. But like if I get into the details of the confidence, I think speaking to women, like going on dates, like I would always find myself at a bar, at a pub, or something drink related involved on a date. Even if we wasn't like going to somewhere where we drink, like if we was doing something like bowling, I'd probably like have one glass, 2 glasses just before, just that Dutch courage kind of thing. So I think the confidence thing was definitely my superpower that I thought I was gaining. So like the main reason why I was drinking was because like it really lingered on from heartbreak, and from heartbreak along with other issues, like I'm talking like everyday issues, and like it's nothing crazy. I haven't been through anything crazy. I'm talking like family arguments, but everything would just build up, and because I was so drunk for such a long period of time, I never really got to deal with any of the core issues with anything. So when I became sober, I got really in touch with the emotional side and my feelings and understanding like why things happen. So a lot of the pain that I was deflecting from then, and still to this day, creeps up. And like my wife is a great supporter, because she's always been like in touch with the emotional side, and she's very good with understanding feelings. So it really does help that I have someone to talk to openly about my past. And like not every partner wants to hear that, but she's very supportive in like hearing everything I have to say and understanding why I'm feeling that way, even if it was from 5 years ago. Bad habits that picking up with the alcohol misuse, yeah, man, like smoking cigarettes was probably, man, I hope my mom never sees it. Smoking cigarettes was like probably the worst habit, and I only realized it was bad like when I became sober, because when people used to ask me, yo, do you smoke? And I was like, I'm just a social smoker. But I was socializing 8 days out of 7 in the week. So like, yeah, that was a bad habit I picked up. And definitely food wise, man, like on a hangover, I was just waking up craving junk, like fast food. By the time I felt a bit better, it was time to go drink in the evening, and like, we're getting a kebab, we're going to a restaurant with, like, the food wasn't, it was poor. It was poor. I can't remember having like a good week of just good clean food.
Did it affect your work life? Like being hungover, and then sometimes you're lagging and you can't. Yeah,
for sure, man. Like, it did at the time. I didn't think it was, because I was young. I was just full of energy. But now that like what I can achieve now from being sober compared to being drunk, like waking up on a hangover, it just automatically kind of sets your mood into, I don't want to do anything for the day. And waking up like that is just like, for me, it's just the wrong way to kind of set the mood for the day. So work life, like I was in and out of part-time jobs a lot. I was actually PTing when I was like in heavy drinking mode, and like, yeah, it was poor. When I was deep into drinking, I never fully accepted that I had a problem. As much as I heard it from everyone, but like literally, like when I went into the intensive care unit, because I was hospitalized with pancreatitis, and then I caught a lung infection. The day that I see like my family crying, and like I can't breathe because I'm on a ventilator, was the day I realized, okay, maybe I got a problem. But like when I was in the zone, when I was like in the prime of drinking, like I don't think I ever even wanted to acknowledge it. So I was in hospital for like 2 weeks. I was in there for 2 days with pancreatitis. Then my breathing was affected, so I went into intensive care unit for 5 days. So I caught a lung infection because my immune system was weak. After 5 days in ICU, then I spent the remaining days in a hospital bed. Like I'll be real, like when I was in hospital, I was just thinking like, all right, cool, this is just like the first thing that came to my head was, all right, it's not my liver, it's not my kidneys, because I actually experienced like excruciating pain with those organs prior to hospital. So like when I was in intensive care unit, I just see like people coming in just like sad, and my boys are coming in, the people I'm drinking with, and no one's happy. And I'm like, hold on, like, yo, this is like a link up, like I didn't like taking out that I'm in hospital. I'm like, yo, you lot should be happy to see me. And they're like, nah, this is a serious thing. Like, you're on a ventilator. So then I realized like, yo, this is affecting people, and the reason it's affecting, like, I'm the reason that people are sad. And I was like, nah.
So was that kind of that was the turning point? So did you come out of there?
Yeah, that I think that was like probably the main factor for me to like literally knock it on the head, as well as like being useless, and like I couldn't even walk at one stage because like the water in my body, there wasn't enough flow because I wasn't moving. I was just in hospital bed. I was in ICU for 5 days. So the feeling of being useless, but like definitely like making my family sad just because of this thing called alcohol. And I was like, yeah, this needs to stop, man.
So was that was the final point? Since that day?
Yeah, because I was in hospital around September, and in December that year, I had a lads' holiday. So I was even saying to myself, and I was saying to like my friends, saying like, yo, yeah, maybe I'm gonna have a beer, maybe I'm gonna have like a few drinks, like it's a lads' holiday, you know what I mean? So I was still planning to drink, even though like I'm on a ventilator. As crazy as it sounds, and I'm smiling now because like just how stupid it is. But like the turning point for me was just like, hold on, like, yo, people are mad sad, and it's because of me. And like generally I just believe like my gift to the earth is just to make people happy. So like I was doing the complete opposite to that, and I was like, yeah, this is the last thing for me, man.
So when you came out of hospital, did you get a lot of support from your friends and family?
Yeah, you know what it is, I actually got too much support, man. Like every time I would go out, people were just looking at me like I don't know, like I'm back from the dead or something. Like maybe I was, yeah. And like, but they just kept asking me like, yo, you're right, are you sure you're right, are you sure? And like I totally get it, but like it was a bit overwhelming because I'm just like, yo, I'm good, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be out if I wasn't good, and that kind of thing. And like it was new to them, it was new to me. So like everyone supported me, everyone was like making sure that I'm not drinking. And like sometimes that could be like, I would get defensive, like, yo, you think I just went through all that, I'm gonna drink? But like, I don't blame them because I was drinking like crazy. My dog like passed away like literally two or 3 weeks after I came out of hospital, and like the temptation wasn't to numb the pain of it, which is like the main reason why I kind of did drink, was just living numb to all the pain. But like that was the only time like I just wanted to have a drink, because I've always seen it in like music videos. I hear rappers like saying like, yo, we're gonna pour a drink, we're gonna have a drink, just to do a cheers to my dog. But like then I was just like having like flashbacks of like seeing everyone cry and seeing everyone sad, and just thinking like, I'm sure my dog understands if I don't have a drink. So like there was temptation there. Even when I went on the lads' holiday 2 months later after coming out of ICU, there was like zero temptation. And like the friends that I went with on that holiday, they're not heavy drinkers. So like when I said like we was about to hit the club, we're in Milan, and like it's 11 p.m. and everyone's like having pre-drinks, and I did feel a bit left out, because I was normally the party guy saying, yo, everyone cheers, everyone do this. But so I was like, I just pulled out a coffee, and I know if I was with my drinking mates, yo, someone's gonna judge me for drinking a coffee at 11 p.m. But like, with these guys, it was completely different, and everyone was just like getting me involved, saying, yo, cheers. So I like, that's my thing now. I'm drinking coffee before a night out, and I'm cheersing with you guys.
So kind of on that, did your social circle kind of change?
Yeah, like it was a 360, man. Like, and it wasn't intentional. It wasn't something I had to think about. I just came out of hospital, and like I said, I was barely able to walk. I was just trying to get my fitness back up. I was just trying to do everything by myself. I didn't want no help from anyone, because I got my place. I got there myself into that place in the first place. So like, yeah, my friend circle changed like completely. Like I don't think I speak to anyone that I used to drink with like to this day, and there's no bad feelings about it. It's just like, yo, I'm on a different path in life, and I'm just trying to do better for myself. So when I stopped drinking, like I didn't notice anything straight away. And when I'm saying like straight away, I'm talking like within the space of 2-3 months. I was just kind of like, I was just so motivated not to ever drink again. So seeing benefits, like I didn't really see anything straight away. until like one day, I think it was like around Christmas time, like my family were trying to make plans, and like I'm just thinking, like I can't even attend this because I got to go to the gym, and I was going to the gym like 6 times a week and playing football 4 times a week. I felt like crazy confident in my fitness level and ability. Like I was playing football like I usually play with my friends and stuff, but now I'm playing with semi-pro players, and I'm just like, damn, this has happened because I've stopped drinking. I was like, then that's what like really got me motivated to stop drinking like forever, because I was thinking, if this can happen just with fitness, imagine what it can do for my relationships, imagine what it can do for my work life, imagine what it can do for like anything around me. So yeah, like my fitness definitely improved, my relationships with family, friends, and girls improved, because like I wasn't dating to just go and have fun. I wasn't dating just to kind of see how many girls I can date. Now I'm dating to understand people, understand relationships, understand what a family and future could look like. So like I think over the long run of like not drinking, I've definitely matured with it. Once I stopped drinking, like relationships improved with like friends, family. Like I said, like going on dates, my dating game improved, and it's because I matured. Like when I remember like drinking and like arguing with ex-girlfriends like over like the smaller stuff, and like obviously I was always in the wrong. It was just because I was drunk. Like one day I was just like outside my house shouting at my ex-girlfriend, and my family inside, the whole road's watching. With my friends, like if we're drinking and someone says something in like a wrong way, in a jokey way, like that would just turn into an argument. Like obviously my parents were sick of me being out 7 days and coming home lashed 7 days a week. So I started to get to spend a bit more time with people and understanding like, all right, cool, these are people, they're not just shouting at me because I'm out, they're interests in their heart. So like, yeah, relationships definitely improved, and I think like overall I just matured, because I wasn't just trying to have fun. Culture and environment on drinking is massive. Like I'm Indian Punjabi, and like every song you hear is pretty much about alcohol. It's like glorified to a crazy extent. So yeah, like alcohol is glorified, and it's not only in Indian culture, it's glorified like everywhere around the world. Like I said with the music before, if I heard something about drinking, like it's gonna just spark something in my head that we need to drink. And if people are releasing music doing that to kids, and I'm sure it's not their intention, but like imagine how many other kids it's affecting. And when you're a kid, you're a sponge to everything. You're just kind of taking everything in and just doing what you're hearing, and like it's cool to be doing what rappers are doing and what people on TV are doing. But like culture is especially in like the Indian culture, because I see it a lot, especially around the community in South. There's a lot of Indian boys that I see. There's a lot of people that reach out to me like asking for help, and like I'm just like, how did you get here, man? Like, and I was that boy once, just thinking like, I'm just drinking to like forget about this heartbreak. And like, there's so many people going through the same thing, but like in every song, like I said, every song you're hearing, drinking this, drinking that. When you go to Indian weddings, it's a free bar. Like it's like people are encouraging you to, and like I'm sure it's not their intention to like, their intentions are to have a good time. So like I just think it's encouraged too much in the culture, and especially in the environment like that you're with. Like I said, my friend circle changed, and like I'm not saying it's easy to like think, all right, let me stop speaking to these, like I need new friends. Like nah, it's not that easy at all. Mine was a life or death situation, so I was like, yo, I just want to do this for myself. But like the people you hang around with, and like even like now I have my own business, like the people I hang around with, they can't really be drinking. I don't want to be hanging around with people that are drinking even 3 times a week, because that's 3 days that you might have some crazy creative ideas and we're missing out on. So like, yeah, environment and culture it's crazy.
So you just touched on kind of people that reach out to you. So if someone reaches out to you, what kind of advice would you give them?
Like I can only give my personal advice, man, because like people drink for different reasons, and I always tell them like I'm not an expert in becoming sober. The path for me, I was finding my feet the whole time. I never really had any guidance on why I need to be sober or how to be sober. It was just my kind of own internal motivation to go through it. So I can only share my experience, and I'm always happy to share my experience with people and what I've been through. But like I can never relate to someone else's situation because they might be going through something tougher. One of my friends that I used to drink with, he's 2 years sober as well now, actually. And I think his story is like way more inspirational because he didn't have to see life or death. He just knocked it on the head one day and thought, you know what, I'm going to turn it around. And like that mental strength, I think is way more rated than any other kind of story I could hear about alcohol. In all the years I consumed alcohol, did it have any benefit for me? I have to say 1,000,000% hand on my heart, no. The answer is no. I can't even the, like, I'm going to say good times that I had, I can't even remember them. It was a flashback and I just thought it was good. I felt like it was good. But like nothing ever good came out of drinking with me. Like, don't get me wrong, we had a lot of laughs between the friends and families, but like I have way more fun now. So like the answer is no, man.
Okay, cool. And then on a wider scale, do you think alcohol is too accessible in this country, or what are your views on a wider scale?
My views on alcohol being too accessible in this country, I would say like yes, it is way too accessible, especially around this area, Southall area. You can probably buy alcohol 24 hours of the day. And like I've been to Canada, I've been to US, and there you can't buy alcohol past 11 p.m. and the alcohol you buy has to be from a liquor shop. I think that system is so much better, and I've like thought about it and like thinking, I've actually seen people at 4 a.m. buying alcohol, and like the stereotypical person of someone buying alcohol at 4 a.m. like, are they really in a good place? Like, don't get me wrong, like you come back from partying and all right, cool, you want a couple more drinks. But like generally someone buying alcohol past 11 p.m, like, yo, you should be in bed, man. And like, I'm not judging, I'm not there to want to tell people how to live their life. But I think if we cut out, I think with the making it 24 hours is where the excessive drinking starts. Like if it's not available after 11 p.m, like, yo, you gotta go to bed, you ain't got a choice. So like the accessibility is insane.
So on that point, do you think there should be further restrictions, or do you think it's okay as it is?
Yeah, they definitely should like tighten down on restrictions of buying alcohol and how accessible it is to people. I mean, you can buy alcohol from the age of 18. Like mentally at 18, I don't think anyone's ever fully developed. So like again, there's a lot of social influence. Your culture can play a big part in sending messages, and these messages can be mixed up. Like it happened to me, like when I hear, like I said, like when I hear someone in a song saying let's do shots, I'm going to the extreme of doing shots, crazy amount. But like if you see the stats with health related problems with alcohol, it's probably, I think it's even higher than smoking actually with cigarettes. The numbers are crazy, and like I don't understand why it's so high. I don't understand why people are turning a blind eye to it. Not only like health problems, but like mental health as well. Like it's such a big thing now, but with mental health, and the actual research between alcohol and the brain, if people read into it, it's crazy on how it affects your brain. Even like just one drink, of how it changes someone's personality even, but like how it affects their thinking. And it's a vicious cycle, like when you're in it, from the mental aspect.
Ultimately, it's just a black and white question. Do you think alcohol should be legal in this country, the UK?
Should alcohol be legal? I would say yeah, like in moderations, alcohol is cool, man. Like I think there just needs to be like stricter guidelines on alcohol. I think there needs to be a clearer picture on what alcohol can do. Like too much of anything is bad for you, but with alcohol there is no too much, and there's no one telling us, there's no like official guideline saying yeah, this much is going to do this in the future. There is, but like it's very hidden. Like we were speaking about with the cigarette packet, like yo, you're seeing someone like I don't even know if this person's alive on this picture. So like, why are they not doing that with alcohol? Like when you walk into a shop, the display looks beautiful. Yeah? You got your top shelf alcohol. The colors are all nice. They look luxurious. So I think compared to cigarettes and like cigarettes, I don't know, the demeanor around cigarettes, like it's worse for your health. But like alcohol is killing people, man. It's killing people on the daily, physically and mentally, man. But like, I don't think it should be illegal. I think there just needs to be tighter guidelines on it. Life post alcohol is great, man. I'm even now today, I just feel so blessed that someone wants my opinion on being sober. And like I said, in all aspects, like fitness is a very big thing to me. It's my job. I'm an online weight loss coach. So it gives me like the power to actually help people. Before I was in the position to help people, but like people weren't taking me seriously. Now I'm in the position where like people can come to me for advice. And that gives me like such a great feeling inside, like I'm the one that someone wants advice from, because I've been that boy and I've always trying to be looking for advice, and like I just never got the right advice. But like fitness wise, it's great. Like I'm still going out partying. I love a good brunch on a Saturday, and if we go out after that in the night, like I'm good the next morning, man. Like I'm an early bird. I can get up. I'm good. I can hit the gym. I can do all the house chores like for my wife if she wants to lie. And my relationships have improved with people. Business wise, like I'm not lethargic anymore. I'm not hungover. So I can get a lot more done in my day. And like I think the main thing is the hangover thing, because like mentally it does you in. Food wise, like I'm eating clean now 6-7 days a week. Like this might even sound fake, but like everything has just blossomed, man. The grass is greener on this side.
Cool, man. I think that's a good point to wrap it up.